Welcome to The Explainer. I'm so glad you're here with us today. Look, if you're a parent who's been anxiously scanning the horizon for the absolute perfect May half-term getaway, something that's going to keep the kids endlessly entertained while still giving you a tiny bit of that much-needed coastal relaxation, well, you can officially call off the search. Today, we're exploring Swanage. It's this absolutely beautiful seaside town in Dorset, and we're uncovering exactly how to maximize your family's time there this May. We've gone ahead and compiled the ultimate guide for you, pulling directly from local event schedules, weather forecasts, and travel notices.
So, I have to ask, are you ready for a swashbuckling half-term getaway? Finding a trip that actually satisfies everyone in the family can kind of feel like trying to find buried treasure, right? It's tough. But what if I told you there's a destination that perfectly balances peaceful, educational nature trails with high seas, sword-clashing action? Yep. Swanage in May offers exactly that. It's just a brilliant mix of the great outdoors and some incredibly well-organized local festivities.
But hey, before we dive into the nitty-gritty planning, we gotta get into the spirit of things. Why is pirating so addictive? Once you lose your first hand, you get hooked. Okay, I know, it's a terrible, totally groan-inducing joke, but it comes straight from the Swanage Pirate Festival organizers themselves. And honestly, it perfectly sets that fun, silly, kid-friendly tone of the events we're about to explore.
Consider this your personal Swanage treasure map. We've got Durlston Nature Adventures, Pirate Festival action, and your essential parent survival guide.
Okay, let's dive into this. First up, Nature Adventures at Durlston. That's educational and outdoor fun at the country park.
Durlston has a massive, and I mean massive, variety of activities planned for young explorers. Right at the top, running through the entire half-term, is the Super Seabirds Activity Trail. Now, if you're heading down on the weekend of May 23rd and 24th, the park is brilliantly leaning right into the town's Pirate Festival by hosting drop-in pirate medallion making. How cool is that? Later in the week, on May 27th, they're running Wild Wednesday at the Durlston Learning Center. And here is the absolute best part for us parents. No advance booking is required for Wild Wednesday. You can just show up for completely free painting, crafts, and hands-on activities. They also offer a bookable Wildflower Hour of Power on the 28th, alongside their everyday woodland play trails and ranger-led guided walks. Just to add a quick touch of nature education while we're on the subject, a guillemot is a resident coastal bird that your kids will actually be looking for on that Super Seabirds Activity Trail. According to the park's Visitor Services Ranger, Shannon Dugdale, May is a particularly great time to visit because all the seabirds are officially back. It's just a wonderful, hands-on opportunity for children to connect with the local biodiversity. Moving right along to Section 2, the Swanage Pirate Festival. Swashbuckling events, battles, and parades. For its big 10th anniversary, the town is literally going all out around Sandpit Field and the beach on Saturday, May 23rd and Sunday, May 24th. Here's a fun fact from our sources. The festival was actually saved this year by a highly dedicated crew of pirate reenactors from landlocked Birmingham who stepped in to organize the whole thing. Anyway, here is your daily schedule for both the Saturday and Sunday to help you pace your day out. The site opens up at 10 a.m., but you're definitely going to want to be in position for the pirate parade at 10:30. Then, at 11:30 a.m., the pirates head straight down to the beach for a skirmish. After lunch, right around 1:30 p.m., things get loud with a spectacular cannon display. And finally, if your kids have literally any energy left, there was sword training at 4 p.m. before the site winds down at 5. It's a completely free event, absolutely packed with living history encampments, sea shanties, and family fun. But hey, we definitely can't forget about the adults, right? You need a pit stop too. The Red Lion Pub, which is located right on the high street, just moments from the beach, is hosting its very own pirate-themed weekend. They're offering live music starting at 7 p.m. on Saturday and 5 p.m. on Sunday. It's highly rated by families because of its great location and super comfortable atmosphere. Plus, they're going to be serving up 5 cask ales and an impressive 22 different ciders. Honestly, it's the perfect place to drop anchor and grab a meal after a long day of pirating. All right, Section 3, Essential Parent Survival Guide. Logistical tips for a smooth voyage. Now that we've got all the fun stuff mapped out, we gotta talk logistics. And here is a major, firm safety warning straight from the event organizers. The cannon fire, specifically that standoff featuring the Wimborne militia scheduled for 1:30 p.m., is extremely loud. Seriously, if you have very young children, kids with sensory sensitivities, or if you brought the family dog along for the trip, this is something you absolutely must plan around. So how do we navigate the noise and the tides? Well, here's what to expect and what to do. For those loud cannon bangs, simply move sensitive kids or pets well away from Sandpit Field right around that 1:30 p.m. mark. Now, for the beach battles, the really crucial point is this. They actually shift with the tide. You cannot just blindly rely on that 11:30 a.m. time slot we talked about earlier. You've got to check the daily tide schedules locally to make sure you don't miss the skirmish just because the water came in. Next up, let's talk weather. 66. According to historical weather data, 66 degrees Fahrenheit is the average May high in Swanage. It's a gorgeous, mild temperature for running around outside all day. However, keep in mind those evenings can dip down to around 52 degrees. So, as with literally any British seaside holiday, the golden rule here is to pack layers. You're gonna want t-shirts for the afternoon beach battles, for sure, but definitely bring some cozy jumpers for when you're sitting outside listening to sea shanties in the evening.
Let's talk about actually getting there. If you're driving from the Bournemouth area, the most scenic route takes about an hour. Step 1, you just follow Parkstone Road to Sandbanks. Step 2 is usually a massive highlight for the kids, a 4-minute crossing on the chain ferry. And step 3, you just follow the B3351 right into the center of Swanage. But here is your insider parent warning. During peak half-term seasons, you should definitely anticipate a short queue of cars waiting to board that ferry. Just make sure you factor that extra bit of time into your travel plans so you aren't rushing.
Want to ditch the car entirely? I highly recommend it. You can take the number 50 Purbeck Breezer. It's this fantastic open-top bus that goes direct from Bournemouth Square right to the Swanage bus station. It takes about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and weather permitting, it is a highly entertaining, completely fuss-free travel option that gives you a spectacular, elevated view of the Purbeck landscape. The kids absolutely love it. And speaking of roads, just a quick heads up for anyone planning a trip to Swanage, whether it's for this pirate festival or maybe a future visit down the line. Swanage is a town that really loves its big community events. For example, during their massive carnival week in July, they'll completely close down major routes like Shore Road all day for air displays and processions. The takeaway here? Always check local road closure notices online before you travel to Swanage for a festival. It'll save you from getting stuck in a really frustrating diversion.
Let me leave you with this number. 1,000. That is the number of daily visitors expected to swarm the Swanage Pirate Festival. That is a whole lot of pirates descending on one small coastal town. To make sure you get a great spot for the parade, secure a table at the pub, and avoid the worst of those ferry queues we talked about, the absolute best advice is to arrive early.
So we've covered the seabirds, the swords, and the survival tips. You've got your treasure map in hand. The only question left is, are you ready to join the crew? Whether you're looking for the quiet, educational beauty of a wildflower hour or the thrilling, ground-shaking boom of a 17th century cannon, Swanage this May half-term is calling your name. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope it helps you plan an absolutely incredible family adventure. Safe travels out there.